Hot damn, Rivals 2 is still fucking far away, isn't it? I guess we should try to pass the time before its release. Let's see. I talked about the starting roster. I talked about the potential DLC character. What else is there to fucking talk about? Ooh! That looks fun. Workshop is probably the best stepping stone to fighting games. Like, people have always wanted more characters to play with, and the ability to have you do it yourself is just so great. Like, literal thousands of characters were made because of this mode. Like, many of them I personally love. So, to add more content for y'all, let's talk about the 5 that I would personally want in Rivals 2. Now, this doesn't really mean that they have the best chances of coming in. This is just my personal list of things. If you want the real list, so far I think there's like 2 characters that I think would like fit really well. One of them would be Cupcake, and maybe the other being Hikaru. But they're not my personal favorites. I still love them very much, but they're not my favorites. So, let's get on with it and go with the first pick. Let me introduce you to the most powerful wolfman in gaming, John Talbane. I mean Warwick. God damn it. I mean Saber Wolf. Fuck me. Iroh. I meant Iroh. Jesus fucking Christ, there's a lot of you. This character's moveset is very fun to play for me. Like, probably more so because a lot of his moves feel like a feral sort of wolf. He has like a shine-like move, and he has like a wolf flash. And most of his moves are just very, very beefy. Not only that, but his combo game can sometimes look like a rush-down Revolt character. Just the way he just moves around the stage just gives me an intense sort of dopamine that rivals like a line of coke. And doing ignorant things such as wolf flashing someone into the stratosphere only to send them to space with an up B and kill them off the top with an aerial, it definitely gives me life. His design, meaning how he looks, is just so fantastic too. Just like the sort of armor is bright, the face is just very feral and destructive. It's just amazing, man. How he plays, how he looks, it's just great. But he has one issue, and that's being the lack of a mechanic, which is really, really tough. It's definitely not as deep as any of the actual characters in the game. You kind of just fill bar up, and then you press a button and you turn into an improved version of your character for a little while. Oh wow, that sounds fucking familiar. But it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. It bothers me. It bothers me a lot. And that nigga's still green! But there's actually some hope in this desolate world. See, the person that made Iroh is actually coming up with a new Iroh that has his own gimmick, which is amazing. It like involves his ring. It has a sort of like surrounding area of effect that can happen. This fills me with so much happiness, guys. Finally, a gimmick only he can use and makes him feel like he's a part of the Rivals crew. Like, that's so amazing. And, you know, he may not be out yet, at least by the time this video comes out. Who fucking knows? He's probably out at this point. But I'm pretty sure that when he comes out, he'll feel amazing. And he'll be an even better reason to be included in Rivals 2. Hey, wait a fucking minute! Oh god fucking damn it. The potential that this character has is very vast. Like, a lot of her set play and specials feel like undeveloped, but great to use. So, Have you ever heard of like a long-range grappler? Well, here she is! Almost every aerial either incentivizes you to hit people at a distance or bring them closer to you, which some of you could find very annoying. Her specials aren't too bad either. Like, side B isn't just a grab. If you use it near a platform, you actually get like a momentum boost. Like going forward, it's pretty cool. And down B sets a small flower that when detonated becomes a huge one and grabs the opponent in the air. I activate the trap card! Bottomless trap hole! Now die, bitch! However, just like Iroh, I feel like she's just lacking a gimmick, or maybe just like a combination that she can do with her flower. Like, maybe Drosera could like side B into the flower and like create some like vine-like pollen that could interrupt people while you try to grab them. Kind of like Eliana, or anything else that could possibly flesh her out. Like, this adorable little oddity is just like too cool and has like too much potential for me to just not want to put her into Rivals 2. Alright, so the next 3 characters actually have gimmicks, so that won't be a point of contention. So let's get on with it, shall we? There are 3 constants in the universe: death, taxes, and you getting hit by this forward air. Rykenburn is a very special feller to me. Like, when I get into Rivals, or when I first got into Rivals Workshop, he was actually the character I got to play a lot. Like, he had everything to make him a Rivals character. He had the look of one, he had the great buttons, and he even had his own gimmick, which was the smoke. It just made a lot of sense. Unfortunately, the new DLC was teased, and all of them apparently were going to be from the workshop, which was fantastic, I thought. Until I saw that my boy just didn't make it in. But the bitch-ass fucking terrorist moth did, and I'm still disappointed to this day. Fuck you all, fuck Malo, and lick dick! As you can see, I was very hurt by the endeavor. And for good reason, too. Like, everything about him was great. His normals are beefy as hell. The smoke gimmick provokes you to get up close and to like hit people with combos like smoke into grab, which is just straight up hilarious. This character didn't get his chance to shine as DLC. So, if anything else comes from this video, I hope that Rykenburn gets his chance to be in Rivals 2 because he deserves it. He has everything he ever needs, and he's definitely not based on any other character to ever be in a platform fighter. Hey, wait a fucking minute! Oh god fucking damn it. In the future, I'm actually going to talk about Echo Fighters, which, you know, it's pretty cool to know. I'm really only telling you this now because Arboris is like the quintessential character to what I think this would probably be. Arboris is just a dream come true. My favorite character in Rivals ever will always be Sylvanos until the eventual heat death of the universe. So having a workshop character that takes inspiration from this beast fills my heart with joy. More importantly, it's a good deviation from the character. He's the complete inverse of what Sylvanos is supposed to be. Sylvanos, at least in my opinion, is a rushdown character with long-range moves. Arboris is a zoner with close-range moves. The name of the game with this character is his range. Almost all of his moves hit from far away and sauce you up if you're just positioning in a bad way. Although it's not easy to lay seed on the field, 2 things. With a little bit of practice, it actually feels fine. And what the seed can do is even more incredible than what Sylvanos does with seed. The combinations are just insane. It can be used to extend smash attacks, you can side B in it to create a projectile that like tracks the opponent, it can grab opponents if the conditions are met. It's pretty fucking insane. The amount of creativity players can have if this character was legal would just be insane. I guess there's not really much to say about this character. I just hope that this like long plant man becomes a member of Rivals 2. This sort of list isn't really supposed to be ranked, but every time this character is brought up, she kind of would just shoot up to be my number one character that I would want. Tons of platform fighters, when they give references to like a different fighter, it always feels like they are an undercooked or a much worse version of what they're supposed to be. Like, some of them feel way too much like a Fox clone, some of them can possibly maybe feel like too much of a Marth clone. And it's very weird, because I think Luka Star doesn't fit that threshold. Like, her gimmick is tied to her moves, and her gimmick is stars. So whenever she hits someone, she produces one. And if she has two near each other, you can press down B, combine them, and get an even better projectile. This sort of provides a relationship that all original Rivals characters has. I also really like the weakness that they gave to the stars. See, if you hit her or the stars, they just go away. So there's a back and forth with players that try to fight her, and there's an incentive in order for you to actually keep going and hit people in order to get your gimmick back. Not only that, she just looks perfect. Just like an anthropomorphic fox person that just has a scarf. Like, it feels like a pretty good character design, honestly. She has everything that I like and that I would want in a character. So much so that if there was a poll asking us who we would want for Rivals 2, she would definitely be my first pick. And I actually would really hope that out of all these characters, if none of them are going to be in Rivals 2, I really hope that she gets there on the list. And there we have it, everyone. All the sort of workshop characters that I would want into Rivals 2. If you guys want anything else in the future, just go on down in the comments and ask for so. I'll always be here, and I'll always see what you guys need. See ya, alright?